hope everyone are fine at home. Again back to computer class. Last class we had discussed about log on to access. This is a continuation of logging on to access. Last class we discussed about the components of access, that is tables, queries, forms and reports. Now I will continue with working with tables. That is, a table is an organized collection of data. You have already seen in Excel the table which has rows and columns. Intersection of each row and a column, you call it as a cell. Now here in Microsoft Access also you have tables where you have a row and a column. Here you call it as records and fields. Rows are called records and fields are called columns. You have data typed in that, and the heading, that means in the field data whatever you are typing, there is a title which is called as the field name, and the field name should be appropriate. The name given to the title should be an appropriate name. I will explain this using an example. Before that, I will tell you what all are going to be discussed in this class. Lesson 4 we have working with tables. The first thing is about table we will discuss, that is table as already I said you, that is an organized collection of data which has got rows and columns, and intersection of each row and a column is called as a cell. Now again we are going to discuss, after that is the data types which are used in a table or in a field, whatever according to the field name, what data type is appropriate. We will discuss that also in this session. And next we will discuss is the different views. That means how the table can be defined using different views. That is, you have views of designing a table, that you have is design view, data sheet view, and you can also use the wizard. Then you have creating a table, then you have setting the field properties, how you set the field properties, all this I will show it to you practically. Then you have entering data, then how to add records in a table, editing the records, and how to add, delete, move the records, and also the field and the rows. And also we'll discuss about sorting the data and opening the database, how you can open, close. This all you are familiar, how to open, save, new file, all this you have already learned in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Same thing you can follow it here, because last class we had discussed about the title bar, the components, the basic components of Microsoft Access window. I hope you are aware of that. So same way you have here also file, open, save, save as. Those are common in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So now we have already discussed about table. I hope you are clear with that. Again, I should like to repeat that a table is an organized collection of data, as you have seen in Excel. Here also table consists of rows and columns, and intersection of each row and a column you call it as a cell. Then next thing I said is the heading of a field, that is called as a title, and you call it as a field name. Field title you call that, you can give the appropriate name. For example, if you take a student details, you have student name, student class, student roll number. So that is the appropriate heading. So student name you can give it in short there. That means STD underscore, or just you can give NAME student name. Short name you can give as a field name. This is just an example. I will show it to you practically again. Now appropriate field names. For example, if student name you are giving, you have to select the appropriate data types. Now what are all the data types available here? I will just like to highlight to you. The first thing what you have got is the text data type. It's a text data type. For example, we have already discussed about student name. The appropriate data type which can be taken or selected for a student name is text. And it consists of maximum 255 characters. You can have maximum of 255 characters in a text data type, and that is the appropriate data type you can select for a student name. Now for example, again I have discussed about the student details. First is student name, then student class. Student class you can also choose text or also number. Why? Because you have a Roman number, you need to have text combination. But if you are only preferring with numbers, that means class 9, class 10, only number you are choosing. For example, now it is class 8. You are taking this number, you can use number format data type. But if you need a Roman number like this, you need to have a text combination. So text will be ideal if you are using a both you are choosing. Text will be the ideal data type. But now we are, if you take student class, the appropriate data type you can take is either text or number. That depends on how you enter the data in it, text or number. If you are choosing number, you can enter only numeric values there. Number is meant for entering numeric values. You can't enter text there. So, student class, if you are preferring number, only numbers can be entered. I hope you are clear with this. Now, text we have discussed. Now, next one what we have discussed is the number data type. Text data type is there. Number data type you have. Then you have memo. What for memo data type is used? Memo data type, if you are using student address, there are more characters, you need more characters. That means it can accommodate up to 65536 characters. 65536 characters can be accommodated in a memo field. So there you can add 65536 characters and extend the characters. For example, student address is a bit lengthy, so you can enter address in a memo data type. Then you have date and time. Date and time for date of birth, date of admission, date of joining. This kind of options or field names you can use. The appropriate data type is date and time. Then if you have fees, salary related, you can use the data type currency. Currency is appropriate for fees or salary or whatever like related to money transactions. You can use the appropriate data type is currency. Then you have hyperlink. If you want to connect to a web page, for example, email address, you can choose hyperlink. Attachment is another data type. That attachment for photo related to a particular student, if his photo is to be uploaded in the system, they can use the appropriate data type is attachment. So these are all the different types of data types we are going to discuss in detail. First thing what I said is text, then you have number data type, then you have memo, then you have date and time, attachment, hyperlink, then you have OLE object. That means object linking and embedding. You can attach any object from any of the source file which is available from your system. For example, paint image, signature is there. There you can connect from your system and upload it to your particular database. Then next thing what you have is, we have already discussed about text, number, memo, then hyperlink, attachment. Then you have OLE object also we discussed. These are all the different types of data types which you have depending on the details what you are choosing. I would like to show you and explain it clearly using the system. Then we'll start. We have the access icon here. Click the access icon. Blank database. You have a blank database here. You can choose that. Create. You have table design option. Go with table design option. As I discussed earlier, we have table in three ways you can create. One is design view, one is data sheet view, and the other one is wizard. Now we are going to take the table design view. Click on the table option. You have two columns you can see. One is field name and the one is the data type. Now I am going to take the student details. See, here you can understand better related to the data types what I am going to take. For example, student details, I would like to go with student name. I will make it short, STD, let it be all small. STDNAME, student name. But before that, I would like to tell one thing. The first thing what you take should be a unique name. Before that, I would like to discuss about the primary key. That means, what is a primary key also I would like to discuss with you. For example, in a student details, one particular field name should be unique. Unique in the sense the data should not be repeated. Name of a student will be repeated. All different people will be having the same names. For example, Roshan, another person also will be by name Roshan. Deepa, the same name can be repeated. But you have a roll number in class. That won't be repeated in one class, but it can be repeated in the another class. But you have an admission number which is given by the school. That can be taken as a primary key. Primary key is a key which is uniquely identifies the record. Primary key is used to uniquely identify the record. So, first thing what I would like to take is the student admission number. That should be a unique key. That means the data should not be repeated. And I have different data types here. We were discussing about the data types. Here you have the text, memo, number, date, time, currency. Auto number also is same as a primary key. That means if you choose an auto number as a data type for student admission number, it will not be repeated. It acts as a primary key. Or else if you are taking number instead of auto number, then you need to select a primary key so that the data should not be repeated. How I will tell you with an example. For example, when you save this and go to the entering data into the field names, you will enter a admission number. For example, 111. That means 111 if you have entered. Again, by mistake, if you enter the same number, the system should not accept it. The system should prompt you that particular data is creating a duplication. That means it is already been entered. Enter another number, it should prompt. For that purpose, you are creating a primary key. And same way you have the auto number which can be created for avoiding the repetition of numbers. I hope you are clear with the concept. Primary key is an unique key which does not repeat the data. For avoiding the repetition of data, you are using a primary key. Now next is student admission number. So next I would like to tell about student name. That is the next one. Related to that, I am going to select the data type. I am showing this so that you will understand it better. Student name, I am choosing text. Text contains up to, see field size you can see here. Automatically when I clicked on text, the field size you can see here, 255 characters are the maximum. Okay, you can see the lookup column here and the general. In general, when you click the field size, you can. Now you can use. So student name text, when I click on the text, you have a column called as general column and lookup column. In the general column, you can see the field size which is 255 characters. 255 characters. Then again I would like to take student class. Student class, as I said, if you take number, only you can enter number. If you take text, you can enter both Roman numbers and the numbers. That depends on how you are entering the data. So I have taken here number so that I can enter only the class 9 numbers, not Roman numbers. You can only enter normal. Okay, student admission number. Here we have selected number and chosen the primary key. Student name, I have taken text. Student class, number. Student fees is currency because it is related to money. I have taken as currency. Student photo is taken as attachment. This is used for attaching images, pictures. For that you are using the attachment data type. Student email is an hyperlink because You have to click on that and it is getting connected. That's why we are using the hyperlink data type. That is the appropriate data type for student email. Or else if it is a company, if you are choosing a website, there also you can use the hyperlink data type. Student signature is an OLE object I have selected. That means the source file should be from a Paint or any other file which is in the system, and you can connect that particular. That means OLE stands for object linking and embedding. Student transport, that means the student has given transportation or is availing transport from school, or yes or no option can be taken. There is one more data type called as yes or no. That will be the appropriate data type when you can choose student transport. That means whether he is availing transport from the school side. It's for that information you are using yes. So that means transport yes means that means he is availing. No means he is not availing. This is for the database management system to be stored in a school. Now student bus number. For this the appropriate data type I would like to take is lookup wizard. In this lookup wizard, when I select, there will be one option dialog box appear, and it will be telling I want the lookup column to look up the values in a table or query, or I will type in the values that I want. You can type the values, or I want the lookup column to look up the values. This any two options you can select. If I take this option, the first option, table 1 is created here. Next, then I can add the fields, appropriate fields here, ID, and then again next, and I can use the sort record fields, which one I need to select, ascending order, descending order, this also, next, and then adjust the width of the column, drag its size, and I can enter here, next, and or else if I choose the last option I can go back and again select. I will type in the values that I want. If the value I can choose I will type in the values that I want. That means the bus number maybe 1, 111, 80, 90, similar numbers are there which are known only to the school. Then accordingly you can select the numbers. You can type the first number in column 111. Then next column you can type 88 bus number, so that it will be clear from which one I should choose. 99. Then next is 77. Whatever numbers, I am just giving some dummy numbers. Next, and those numbers will be stored here. So bus number I have taken as lookup wizard, so that I can select, or I will type in the values that I want, this option, and then again type in. I hope you are clear with this concept. Type the number of columns whichever you want and the data whatever you are using. I am going to enter again the numbers. I hope you are clear with this concept. Next, and then you have got the student bus number. You can use allow multiple values. If you want to skip that, you can even skip that. Finish. Here, now next one you have is the student address, where you have memo. Memo characters I have already discussed. It consists of 65536 characters, where you can enter your address. Student address is a bit lengthy compared to your student name. Student name, I have chosen text here. That means it contains only 255 characters, whereas in a memo field it carries more than 255 characters and up to 65536 characters. I hope you are clear with memo data type. Then you have student phone number. Here I have chosen again number. I said if you are choosing only numeric values, you can use phone number. For phone number, the ideal data type is number. But if you are using a combination of text and numbers, the ideal data type will be text. I hope the concept is clear. I can't finish this all in one session. So I think the next video I will try to explain you the rest topics such as entering data, how to add records, editing, add, deleting. All this will be explained in the next session. Okay. Until then, goodbye.